Have you ever noticed how obsessed Christianity is with blood?
Have you ever noticed how obsessed atheists are with disproving Christianity, even though they haven't done it in 2,000 years?
Blood sacrifice, blood atonement, being washed in the blood of Jesus, drinking symbolic blood during communion.
Right, the implication is we deserve death and someone has to pay that price, but you know that.
They call it sacred, but step back for a second. You're worshiping the image of a tortured man nailed to a cross and ritually consuming his body and blood every week.
No, I'm not worshiping the image. I worship the God himself. Now, some people will put up statues of him to remember what he did, but I've certainly never bowed down and talked to a statue.
If that were any other religion, Christians would call it dark magic.
No, we would call it idolatry, and yes, the Catholics who do that and the Orthodox who do that, who put up images, yeah, they do get called out for idolatry. What's your point?
Somehow they don't see how disturbing it is to center their faith on death, suffering, and guilt and call it love.
So let's say your dad pushed you out of the way of a bus and he got hit. Would you say that someone should be just as critical of you if you put up a picture in your home to remember his sacrifice for you? Wouldn't you call that love? Wouldn't you tell the story about how he saved you?
It's seriously like a death cult that's powered by blood symbolism.
Actually, it's a living family that is saved by the sacrifice of Christ. He didn't have to save us, but he chose to.
But nobody blinks an eye at it because we're all taught that it was all holy.
Already proved that wrong.
Maybe spirituality, the real spirituality, was never about sacrifice and punishment to begin with.
So you never read Leviticus. Okay, got it.
Maybe it was always about life, creation, an awakening to love.
They always have to go to awakening. They can't understand that they aren't what they're supposed to be. What they always go to is, I'm already great, I just didn't realize it. They always have to aggrandize themselves as God. It's no different than Eve being tempted by the fruit on the tree. They see that it is appetizing, that it's beautiful, and that it'll make them like God. Satan's tactics haven't changed, and they're still biting the fruit.
The only true reality. Pretty much everything that this obsession with blood has distracted us from.
To tell the truth, you've talked more about blood than any Christian content I've seen in my entirety on this platform. So I don't think it's so much us that is obsessed with blood as it is you.